Hey everybody, my name is Dan, this is Ron, he's our field CTO. We're going to talk a little bit about Illumio security policies, how powerful and how simple they can make segmentation. You ready?
I'm ready.
Are Illumio policies the same as, say, firewall rules?
Absolutely not. Firewall rules are written based on IP addresses. And when you write a firewall rule using an IP address, you have to know the IP address that you want to write that rule against, and it stays the same forever. Illumio's security policies are adaptive. You write a rule that says, my application server can talk to my database server and we'll monitor your environment for changes, and we're going to adjust those policies to match what we see happening in practice.
So when thinking about security policies, what's the best place to start?
So one of the great things about the Illumio model is that it's not one size fits all. You buy a firewall, you put it at the edge of a zone, and that level of control is fixed, right? You kind of have to design your network with a certain level of segmentation in mind. With Illumio, you can change the level of segmentation to meet your needs for every individual application. So usually we recommend an approach which we call ring fencing, which says, look at an application as a bubble, focus more on the connections coming in and out of that bubble, because that's where you peer with other applications, and that's where the majority of your risk is. So we recommend you start by thinking about ring fencing as your target, and then you evaluate your policies for each application to meet your needs.
So what if I'm unfamiliar with my connectivity and my application flows prior to starting?
Wait a minute, you don't know what every application connects to in your environment, and you don't know all of your dependencies between your apps, you don't know all of your flows? Nobody does. And this is one of the reasons why customers come to us in the first place, is because they don't understand the connectivity within their environment. They don't know what's talking to what. Maybe they need to secure or lock down an application and they don't know what its dependencies are. They want to do a cloud migration and they don't know what's talking to what. The first step in your Illumio process is you install the agent, and immediately we start monitoring all connectivity in and out and putting that not in terms of IP addresses, but in terms of labels. So you're going to get a map really quickly that says, my ordering application is talking to my payments application. And you can use that to start building the foundation of your policies.
So how can Illumio help me with my most critical workloads, my most sensitive data?
So we talked about ring fencing as the pattern that's most common. Most of our customers use ring fencing for most of their applications, but you can always dial the security level up and down for each individual application. So if you are a finance customer and you have Swift workloads, or if you are processing credit cards or personal information, you have PCI workloads, if you have a need to increase the security in one particular zone, you can go much deeper than that, and you can go fully granular and say tier to tier within this application, I'm going to restrict connectivity even further. And you can do that on an as-needed basis without reconfiguring your network and without worrying about adding more firewalls.
So tell me about how Illumio can help me in compliance situations.
Yep. We have a lot of experience in regulated environments. We've helped a number of our customers pass successful audits using Illumio as their control framework. A lot of environments we go into, and the auditors are used to getting printouts, stacks, these thick binders full of firewall rules printed out, lists and lists of IP addresses, which they have trouble making any sense of. When you write security policy using Illumio, you do that with labels. You can write a policy that says my ordering application can talk to my payments application, but my heating control system over there on the other side cannot talk to either of those. And you can show that to your auditors, and instead of a thick stack of IP addresses, they're going to see a policy in a couple of pages that really makes sense and is easy for them to understand and easy to verify that you're doing the right thing.